Kyle, another scrimmage on Saturday. How'd that one go?
Went good. It went good. It was another, I guess you'd call it a hybrid scrimmage where some of the drills were live and some were thud, but got a lot of work done. Continue to take steps forward and continue to have a long way to go. I mean, there's you're never satisfied. You're always trying to get better. But I think through 12 practices, I can say we have not had a bad practice. Some are better than others, obviously, but we've made at least some progress every single day out here. We've got 3 to go and got to make them count.
Especially out of the quarterbacks, where have you seen progress in kind of their development, especially with Devin?
We have, yep, Devin and the other 2 that are getting, the 3 guys are getting all the reps, Devin, Isaac, and Bird. And we've seen progress out of all 3 of them, and that needs to happen. And you would expect that with all the reps we're getting. You'd expect some improvement to take place, and it has.
What position groups do you feel have improved the most over the course of the camp?
The most. Well, the wide receivers are starting to take big steps, as we talked about. Zach Williams in particular. Let me think here. Safeties are playing really good football. Rabbit Evans is making plays all over the place, and Nate Ritchie's doing a great job. Teo Johnson's doing a great job. So I would say those guys are really a catalyst for the defense.
Spring portal opens up here soon. How active do you think your program will be there?
Time will tell. You never know. There's indications are that it shouldn't be too crazy, but until it actually happens, you never know. So we'll find out. It's tomorrow's the day, right? I mean, we've got 8 hours and opens up, or 6 hours, whatever the case may be. So we'll see. But everyone right now is out here working hard, and haven't had anybody opt out for the portal. This spring we had 1 quarterback early on, but other than that, it's been pretty quiet.
As it stands right now, what position groups do you feel like you're going to address
in the portal? Okay, we'll probably need another receiver. O-line, we're solid. Maybe another running back. QB, unless we have movement, we should be okay. We'll take a look at QBs. You always do in the portal every time it opens. Tight ends, we should be okay. D tackles, possibly a little thin there. And a corner. So that's probably the shopping list. But again, it just depends on availability and who we may lose that we don't anticipate losing, so that could alter that. But as we stand right now, that's the plan.
Kyle, in the fall, when you talked about needing more of a plug-and-play offense to kind of help with the transfer portal, how have you seen that change maybe with Jason, and has it worked maybe a little bit better for you to get these guys in?
It's working well, and it's an offense that is user-friendly, and there's a lot of pre-snap explanation to the players. I guess that's the best way to put it. There's not a lot of rote memory, and so that helps out when you're new to the program, new to the offense. It reduces that learning curve.
Kyle, I want to ask about Hunter Andrews switching from running back to tight end. How has he been here?
He's made a great transition, and we plan to have that stick. It was at first it was, let's see how you fit in this new scheme and how they can utilize you, and he's been a big part of what we're doing offensively. He's a guy that is essentially playing as much as anybody else. He's getting tons of reps and has really responded, and that is going to be the place that he continues to play.
Coach, in regards to losing people you might not expect to lose, do you change your exit meetings, your conversations? Do you address players differently than you used to?
No, we don't change that. We still got to get through spring ball and finish up. We'll have our exit meetings next week. And typically, if a guy is going to go to the portal, they are not going to go through the entire spring ball. That typically they usually opt out prior to, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. But that's usually the indicator is when they say, "Hey, I'm not going to practice anymore." But we can't have too much disruption and change the whole routine just because of that. We just got to keep plugging away and keep going through the process that we have.
The preliminary approval for the House settlement was pushed back, and obviously that means rev share is kind of up in the air. Teams are kind of mad dashing to put money into people's pockets. Does that change your perspective, given there was no preliminary approval on that?
Probably not. We don't have a vault of cash somewhere to put in people's pockets. If you do, if you know about one, let me know. But no, that doesn't change how we operate right now. Thanks, guys. See you soon.